Welcome back to part 2 of Math is Easy, taking it step by step. Here we're talking about how to find factorizations, A, B, C, or D options of a function f of x equals 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, like you see here. And so when you're finding it very difficult to factor this equation you see here, you're given an A, B, C, D option, like we saw earlier in the part 1 video, where you have those two parentheses, two terms in two parentheses. You can use the FOIL technique for each option A, B, C, D, and E. After you FOIL, and we'll go over that in just a moment, the answer option to choose will show the original problem that you see here, right? So after you complete the FOIL, if you end up with this original problem you see here, you know that's the answer. That's also the key to the cheat strategy I'll show you in the last video. I believe it should be video part 4. Okay? So again, when you're given these options, to find the correct factorization, and you have two sets of parentheses, you can always use the FOIL option if you cannot figure out and remember how to factor this equation. So let's just jump on right on in here to it, and let's take a look. What does FOIL mean, right? What does FOIL mean, right? So FOIL means, and I'm going to use option A to kind of show you the diagram. Option A answer was x plus 2 inside parentheses times 2x plus 1. And so it is a fancy way to use what's called distribution property, where you're going to take each of the terms, x, and multiply it with each of the terms in the other parentheses, And then you'll take the 2, positive 2, and you'll do the same thing. You'll distribute or multiply with each term inside the parentheses. And it's FOIL. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And so I'm going to take this first term, f, and multiply it times 2x. Okay? Then I'll follow the O. O stands for outer terms. X and 1 are both the outer terms of the parentheses. So x times 1 is my outer term, or O. I represents the inner terms, right? So I'm going to take that 2 and multiply times 2x. And then finally, L, my last terms, the 2 and the 1 are the last term in the parentheses. I'm going to multiply 2 times 1. If you take a quick look here, you can see I've created 2 eyebrows, a nose, and a mouth. And so that will help you to remember what terms you multiply when you're completing a FOIL technique. So let me just show you what that looks like here below, right? So again, f, x, that's the first term times first term, x times 2x. I have it here, x times 2x. All right, and I put a big old plus sign between the next operation of multiplying the O, the outer terms, right? And each term I'm going to separate with a gigantic plus sign. You can absolutely do that. There's nothing wrong. It's not going to change a single thing. All right, so let's go to the O, the outer terms, x times 1. I'm showing you that here, x times 1. Big old plus sign to separate the I inner operations for the inner terms. 2 times 2x, that's my inner terms. 2 times 2x, I'm showing you here. 2 times 2x, big old plus sign. And then finally, my last terms, 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is my last term. So here I'm just going to simplify. And if you haven't seen my videos on invisible ones or the rules of exponents, when you multiply the same base, you add the exponents. Well, there's an invisible 1 in front of that x. There's an invisible 1 in my exponents place. That's what the dot, 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 dot means. Can you just write in a 1? Of course, you could write in a 1 in each of those invisible ones, but I'm a teacher, so I'm teaching There's an invisible 1 in each of these locations, and I'm showing it, right? So what's 1 times 2? Oh, that's 2x. And don't forget, when you multiply, you add those exponents, so you get 2x squared. Plus plus, what is a 1 times 1? That's a 1x. I just wrote that in there, 1x. Plus plus. What's 2 times 2? That's 4, and I'm going to keep that x attached. Plus plus, and then 2 times 1 is 2. Now I'm getting to the point here where I'm just going to combine like terms. Hey, if you don't know what like terms are, then please check out my video on like terms versus non-like terms. It's super helpful for you. So here, let's check it out. Like terms, the same variable, it's the same letter, and the same exponential power. Both of these have an invisible 1. They're the only ones here, so I'm going to add them. 1 plus 4 is 5. I keep the x through multiplication. I just rewrite the 2. I rewrite the 2x squared because there's no other like terms. Does this expression look the same as the original 2x squared minus 3x minus 2? No, it does not. Option A, cross it off. That's not going to be one of your answers. And so we continue on. We'll do another FOIL example for B, C, D, and E options. And one of those terms will, after we finish completing the FOIL, oh, there's some shaking. Oh boy, watch out for that shaking. I apologize. After you complete the FOIL, one of those options, A, B, C, D, or E, will look just like the original function or the expression you see here, right? And so on to B we go. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Hey, if I've helped you, please help others. Bring my videos to those folks by liking, following, and sharing these videos. Your stars, your donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time.